live. We're at home. This is home right here. As I said, I've had to mix things up with how we do things around here on Bravo Zulu. And so today, just pour yourself a little drink. I got that Hendrix gin and tonic going, and just out here enjoying. It's it's cooled off a bit. I think it's only in the 80s right now. In the evenings, it always gets kind of nice. The sun gets on the other side of the trailer, right? This is my trailer right here. Sun gets on the other side of the trailer, kind of gets some better shade going. The breeze starts breezing, and it kind of cools off and kind of gets nice. Really, again, reminds me a lot of my childhood of visiting my grandparents when they were RVing, when they were retired. Uh, it's hotter than this in Arizona though, so by now sun's starting to go down. It's safe to go out, but you'd still be sweating a lot more. Yeah, so gonna working into a regular routine of the streams and videos. I got a few more we'll be putting up here of the underway vlog, wrapping that up here soon. Second week of work, and just learning and figuring things out. That first month of work is always something, right? Like learning about people, first impressions, things like that. What's crazy is I met one person, introduced myself like I do, and then they introduced themselves, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not here to recruit, so I'm not sure what checking in I need to do with you, but you're on the check-in sheet." And they're like, "Yeah, I'm this person," initialed it, and it was like, "Well, I'm sure we'll end up running into each other and talking." And I was like, "Well, yeah, we work in the same fucking building." And he came down yesterday after telling some of my civilians that work for me in the department, right? Something about what he thought he needed or access or something they wanted, and threw me into a fit, and we'll get more into that. But he was like, no, it was today. He came down today, and he was like, "Well, I sent the email, but I only sent it to one person." I was like, "Why didn't you send it to all of us?" He's like, "Well, this person's active duty, right? This person's another chief." He goes, "Well, I don't even know your first name." I just sit there like, it was like just last week when I met you. It's been a week. I met you. We've talked to each other a few times. I introduced myself, right? Like I always do. Josh Moore, LSE, new supple on board. And you sit here a week later and you're, "I don't even know your name." Cool. I mean, if you don't know my name, fucking, who else's fucking name don't you know, like your own sailors? Gary, what's up, brother? Welcome back. Hope you and Annie are having a good time up there. And hope you enjoyed your schooling out there. In the comments, let me know, what are you drinking tonight? Again, just getting into the regular routine of things here. So I'm going to try to do, like, think a Wednesday, like a hump day stream. And we're going to call it the Wednesday pour. And maybe we'll pour something different every Wednesday, and maybe we won't. But come join us and leave a comment down below. What are you drinking tonight? Imagine, Gary, you're having some kind of manly beer that has some crazy weird design, and you talk about with all your bros about loving IPAs. But yeah, so this dude at work, he's just, "I don't even know your name." I'm like, are you a fucking idiot? Like, how dumb are you? Right? I've already updated my fucking Meal Connect to say San Antonio and fucking suppo. Like, you're fucking dumb. Shit like that aggravates me, especially like in the early stage areas of checking into somewhere where you run into something like that, and it really kind of, sorry, a bourbon mule, is that different from a vodka mule? Let me know. But like those first impressions, and that wasn't even first impression, but like this like third, fourth impression of him already, but start solidifying the overall impression of this person. And I just kind of sit back, and I'm sure they have, everyone has impressions of me too. But I just kind of sit back, and it's just kind of like, what kind of fucking joker are you? Same, but with bourbon. I'm gonna try that out. We'll try that out, Gary. So yeah, that's what's going on there at the shop. Wasted my time yesterday, so I didn't waste it today. There's some stuff that, I had a senior chief a long time ago when I was third class told me that we're supposed to operate in the gray areas, right? find the gray areas, operate in the gray areas. Everything's black and white, but sometimes you can operate in the gray, right? And I always kind of worked by that, lived by that as in my career. And to me, that means like you gotta be smart enough, like not to get caught. You gotta be smart enough to maneuver and stuff. And damn, man, if not, yesterday I just caught somebody doing the dumbest shit that they should not be doing, and I'm gonna take it up. I'm gonna route it. And I'm gonna tell people what the fuck the business is. But these people looking at me, like just talking to me in my face, trying to be like, oh no, that's not how we do this, this and that. And I'm just sitting there like, I don't think you know what you're talking about. You know, like, could you explain this again? Could you like clearly explain, like at a 3rd grade level, because I'm at a 2nd grade reading level, so, or really a 4th grade reading level, it's the other way. 4th grade, 3rd grade level, please. Explain to me what you're saying. And they drew it out like on a little map of like here, here, here. I go, okay, I understand. And what you're doing is illegal. Clear as day. And like, what are you like your words are explaining you trying to do something to avoid being in trouble, but what you just drew and explained again is the exact thing you're trying to avoid, but you're doing it. And I've said this before, and if I haven't, I'm gonna say it again. I'll say it every time it happens. If you are a chief and you have a lieutenant, any of your divo, your department head or something, like stepping in front of you and trying to like take the bullet for you and trying to explain for the chief what the chief actually meant, get the fuck out of my face. Like, just save it. Like, you already fucked up, right? And this is just stuff that's like, it's what they're doing is wrong, right? It's wrong. It's against rules. What the way they're trying to explain it is to benefit them. They're doing a horrible, they're doing a horrible job trying to explain why what they're doing makes sense for everyone else. And it's something like I heard today, someone said, if it makes sense for the Navy, it's not gonna make sense for you. And that's about as spot on true as it could be, right? So whenever you're out there working and doing something and you think, oh, this is gonna be good for the Navy, it's probably not. And it's probably just makes sense for you and you're just trying to get over on them. Excuse me. So yeah, it's I'll say it's like leapfrogging or lily padding. And if you've ever been a recruiter, I've never been, but it's like they use the Govy to do most of their driving for actual commuting. So you cannot take your Govy home unless written authorization, right? And no one here has it. I've quickly found that out. But let's say I live at spot A all the way south. Spot B is the closest kind of work, but not my actual place of duty. And spot C is beyond that. Well, instead of driving my POV all the way up to my place of duty, all the way at spot C, right? I just park my Govy at spot B, and it's halfway in between A and C. And I just drive up to B, drop my POV off at, say, that other recruiting station that I don't work at. I jump in the Govy, and I go whip it. And I go do work stuff. I'm using it for work, but I'm doing work stuff in it. But that work stuff includes driving from that station up to your own station. That's like it's a lily pad, right? It's a jump off point. Yeah, Gary, the inside figure say drink to the phone. I don't know if the camera's catching that. There you go, right there. Yeah, me and a bunch of homies got that together in Guam on this last deployment. Went on a little tattoo spree there. That whole deployment. First time I ever got deployment overseas. Or first time I got a tattoo on a deployment. First tattoo was overseas. This is my only, like, well, not only, like, I guess this is my Super Joe Navy tattoo right here. Especially like Chiefy tattoo is that. Drink to the phone, nothing else. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, so, you know, this person's wrong and they're like, so when we're up there doing vehicle inspections, they weren't even, like, the vehicle wasn't there. They're like, yeah, it's over here at this shop. And it's just like, why is it there, stupid? Like, why isn't it here? That's all. There's never be an issue. I wouldn't have to bring it up or tell anybody if you would have just had your Govy at your station where it's supposed to be. But today, for some reason, you decided that you were going to drive all the way to work. Like, that doesn't, like, if you're not smart enough to not get caught, then you deserve to get caught, right? And you deserve whatever consequences those are, okay? So that's that. Um, and that was real aggravating. And so yesterday was a pretty aggravating day with that, right? Because that happened, and I'm just looking at this person like, are you dumb? I'm guessing you are, but that's a pretty dumb thing to do. Then moving on from that's like, we start getting phone calls. Civi gets getting phone calls about people want this, and people are saying they want that access, and people are saying supply is not around. And I'm the last, like, even though they're civilians, they're all retirees. It's a retired gunny, a retired senior chief, and a retired command master chief that are going to be working for me. So I have all the faith that they're going to be able to do their job, okay? But that doesn't, like, my job is still to run the interference to make sure nobody fucks with supply. And I enjoy that. And so, I had talked with the senior chief that came down, was like, hey man, you don't need access to anything. If you need something, you email it to us. And this goes back to him not knowing my first name, so he couldn't email it to me today. And just like, oh my God, like, you're not smart. All of the Govies have a GPS tracker on them. And it's a very good GPS. It's not just like let's look it up and see where they're at on the map. Man, we were diving into this yesterday. And like, you snitching on yourself if you fucking around. If you were fucking around in a Govie, you snitching on yourself, okay? It reports the speed limits you're going, your exact location. I could track you. You could jump in there right now out of my driveway, go. I could open up that website. I could track you everywhere you go. The idling time of when you sit and you just idle somewhere. We caught someone yesterday afternoon, sat in our parking lot for 2 hours, 41 minutes idling. And it tracks how much gas was used and the dollar value of that gas used and wasted while you sat at idle. That's pretty ridiculous. It tracks a speed limit, how many seatbelt infractions, how long you didn't wear your seatbelt. So it was like, if it was a continuous thing, it'll say like 15 seatbelt infractions over 3 minutes, which is pretty much like, what are you doing? At 3 minutes, you should already be buckled up. So like, again, everything is on there. And now, I could use it for like evil and take all of it and report it. And that the senior chief was asking, he's like, someone, a recruiter had told him, hey, I'm gonna go do this. And then that person apparently wasn't doing that. He wanted to see where this person had went and what they'd done. And we could pull it up and be like, yeah, they went here, they went there, they went here, there's a stop, here's a stop, this is how long they stopped for, this is where they drove, everything. Man, it is the eye in the sky. We just sit back, big brother, and just watch it. And, the most I'm going to do with it is just kind of like put it out there of like, hey, remind your sailors, don't be speeding, buckle up. There are GPS trackers in every vehicle. We can monitor and see where every sailor is going every time they start that car. Right? I've never been one for writing a bunch of counseling shits and this and that, right? I give you a, hey, dumbass, what the fuck are you doing? I expect it to be resolved then. If you continue to show that you cannot fix that and follow the rules and lessons, then I'll just kick it up to the recruiting side and be like, hey, here it is. Make something happen with it. Because, you could do it or I'll do it. And again, you're not going to like it if I'm doing it. So neither are your little fucking recruits out here either. Recruiters, I guess. But yeah, so again, if you're just joining us, it's the Wednesday pour, and I'm drinking Hendrix and gin, just hanging out. And this again, it's nice weather out here right now. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty good. The trailer's holding up nice. The first week I left home, the air conditioner broke at home. And it's down hard. So, scraping together or looking through the couch cushions to get together the money so we could replace the whole air conditioner. Luckily, my brother is a longtime HVAC technician, installation, and anything else that you want from him. So he was able to put us on to some good information to help us out there, and we're gonna get that replaced as soon as we break open Michael and Penelope's piggy banks. Just kidding, we don't have to do that. But What else? What else? Work. Man, work is just it's one of those. It's really easy. It's just gonna be annoying, and I'd rather it be hard than annoying, I guess. It's just it's like little dumb. It's all like not even JV. It's just like entry level. I don't know why they have a chief here, really. Um, I don't know why they put a suppo here at all. I think really all the supply stuff should be all civilians at these. Everything else is a civilian job here, you know. Um, except for the recruiting. I think if you're gonna go the INTAG, right, the recruiting headquarters, formerly known as NRD, everything should be civilians up there, except for the recruiters, and just let those civilians keep that continuity. And I'm somewhat anti-civilian in a lot of places and a lot of positions, um, because they take a lot of jobs from military. But at recruiting, unless you're recruiting, then what the fuck you need a military person up there for, right? You could have a civilian that works there. Um, Maybe keep some billets open, like general billets open there for people that want to go there into retirement or something. Damn near everyone there, I'd say a good like 80%. So like 8 out of 10 people are from Texas, from San Antonio, like this area specifically. One of the guys is from, one of the retirees is from El Paso. That's just, 8 hours that way. Almost all of them are from Texas. So they all have, all the civilians are retired military. They all recruited from the same space, same INTAG, but recruited out of San Antonio sometime in their career, and they're right back here working again as civilians. So what do you need a military suppo for, right? You could just, there's already 3 civilians in there doing 3/4 of the job. I'm just in there to go to fucking meetings again and go fucking collect piss because I'm gonna be the UPC. So what? I tell you, man, like there's nothing exhilarating or career enhancing about it. Maybe some people can find something to hoo-yah about it, but again, if you're from here, it's great, right? If you wanted to retire here, or any INTAG, if you want to retire in that location because it's home and that's where you joined out of or something, it's great for you. I highly recommend. But if it's not, it's a waste of time and billet, in my opinion. It's a good drink. So I forgot the lime though. It's okay though. What else has been going on? That's that. I had to sit down with the team and just gave them my little rundown. I hate using words like my philosophy or my guiding North Star principles, intention, or anything shit like that. That's dumb. I just had him after we got back yesterday from our trip. We were up in like Austin. We go as far up as Austin, which is only like an hour and a half away from here, maybe hour and a half at tops, I think. Maybe 2 hours is super bad traffic. It's not bad really, not a bad drive. Went to Buc-ee's yesterday too. I don't know if you've ever been to a Buc-ee's. I'm sure everyone's seen the memes or the little what is he, a beaver dude with the hat, and there people turning him into all kinds of different shirts and this and that, and that place is fucking massive. Massive. It is it is a fucking Target. From one end to the other end, maybe not as deep and doesn't go as far back, but it is a fucking half of a Target. It is huge. Beef jerky, they had about, 30, 40 different kinds of beef jerky. They had all kinds of fucking, they have a station right in the middle where you could get chopped, pulled, fucking barbecue, pork, beef, chicken, whatever, sandwiches. You just put, like, they're all wrapped up. You just pull them. Man, it was a lot. And they have like you have like the whole convenient side, like the Quickie Mart side with the snacks, drinks, all the bullshit you get at any kind of Quickie Mart, right? And then on the other side is the whole motherfucking merch, food, and all that. And we're moving. We had purpose to get back here by lunch and wrap up the day. So I just went in there, got a little simple, so tasty beef, bean, cheese burrito, and they have beaver chips. They call them. They're potato chips, but they're like fresh sliced potatoes, freshly like fried. So like not even all of them are crispy all the way. Some were still like a little chewy, but it was so good. Perfectly salted, real good, real good. So but that's like that's a good another 30, 40 minutes away from here. So I don't know if I'll be getting up there a lot, but I might go up there again, maybe this weekend, just to fucking go up there and take a gander and buy some shit. I don't know. What was a what? Oh, we was talking about. I talked to the crew. I was just, hey, look, man, like you get again. They're all a 7, a 8, and a 9, right? I could tell them things about today's policies, okay, because some of them have been out for a while and they're not up on the most current. But there's not much else I need to tell them, and they're not even concerned with that. But what else am I going to tell them about actual, like their job, right? None of them are supply rates or anything. All right, one, CMC, he's a boats mate. Senior was a DC, and Gunny was like an admin guy. So Gunny knows a lot of admin stuff still, and he's real good with like the admin. But like telling them how to do their job, I don't need to tell them. Like they're gonna get the training and they're gonna go do what they need to do. And maybe if there's something super specific supply related that they just haven't heard of, they'll ask me. But man, I really like it because we're gonna be real like autonomous down there with everyone just doing what they need to do, taking care of what they need to take care of. You know, they're real good at giving a heads up. Y'all, I'm gonna go up here, go check this out, go check that out. Moving on, like all that stuff is clutch. You know, so it's gonna really make my job easier, and that's definitely what I want going into this last one. And then I'll have to do the suppo things and go to the meetings that I gotta go to and get my hand slapped when I need to get my hand slapped and whatever. It's all cake. But yeah, man. So a couple weeks. Oh, funny story. Checked in Friday the 14th, right? So I could stop my leave. Went in, and then my sponsor was UPC. Also, I met him when I was out here in February. Shout out Dougie Fresh. He about to retire. Congrats. And I was like, hey, well, I only checked in today, and I'm ready to pee because he was a urinalysis guy, and I wanted to make sure I provided him a sample, right? And Wednesday would get busy, so you know, it's the smart thing to do. Checking on the Friday is going to be low key. You're not going to have to do a lot. And you know, they're not going to walk you around everywhere all the time. You know what I mean? And oh, there's a little RV. And so we did it. Whatever. I was trying to do some check-in with like the things, you know, the admin, get order stamp, process some paperwork, stuff like that. And I went to the they call it CISAD. It's ADP, radio, ITs, and they have like one civilian. She looked young. They told me like after we meeting her, they told me she's like a prior soldier, army, got out, and now she got this job. So it's like a GS job that I guess was pretty good. I was like, hey, you know, how you doing, Chief Moore? I'm the new suppo here. I need to check in with you. You know, and she's like, I was like, when's a good time? You know, is now a good time? And she goes, how about never? I just kind of looked at her and I was like, haha, kind of like, you know, you laugh the dumb shit off like that. Okay, yeah, but no, fucking for real. And she goes, no, like, how about never? Never. She says that to me, and I'm like, what do you? I was like, I understand if you're busy right now, but is later today or maybe Monday at a certain time better for you? And she's like, I'm too busy today. I'll get you Monday. Okay. All right, like cool. Not really cool, but and she kind of had all attitude, right? And I'm just, I don't have any fucking room for attitude like that. So she was like half ignoring me, and like she was talking to someone else and like talking with me, her back to me. So on the way out, fucking slammed her door. I don't give a fuck, right? And go back Monday. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Just coming back to check in again. Like, if now's not a good time, I could come back later today. I'll be here all day. Just let me know what works for you. And she's like, yeah, I'm just super busy right now. So where are you going to be working at? I was like, I'm going to be working right here in headquarters. She's like, yeah, I'll just take care of you when I can. I was like, interesting. Gary, don't give her options. Gary, I'm a very nice chief, okay? I'm a very nice chief. I was just like, all right, cool, okay, all right. Mind you, that Monday also I'd already checked in with the civilian who does all the hiring and firing, and he's a retired NCCM. What they call, I never knew this. They call them crooked letters. The recruiters are crooked C's, and the ones on the ship are straight C's. I think they're all kind of crooked because they all kind of fuck you over if they not good at their job. Recruiters especially fuck you over real good if they're good at their job, I guess. But I'll tell you a story about him too. I was like, look, I'm very kind, all right? I'm gonna check in Tuesday. She blows me off Tuesday again. I'm just gonna go talk to the civilian guy and be like, hey, look, your employee over here, there's a problem with her, okay? Wednesday, she's not in the office at all. Wednesday, excuse me, was Juneteenth, so no one's in the office. Thursday, she's not in the office at all. Friday, I'm looking for her, can't find her. See her once, or go up there, they go, yeah, she's here, she just stepped out. I say, can you let her know that Chief Moore came by to do his check-in? They're like, yeah, we'll do. I was like, I'll be downstairs in the basement, in the supply office. A couple other sailors, and they're like, okay, Chief, no problem. She comes down to the office, I look at her, seeing if she's coming to me. She takes a peek into we have a lieutenant suppo that's TAD here, takes a look over at her, or at the suppo, walks out. I'm like, oh, okay, blowing me off again. Cool, that's fine. I'll go talk to JP. And then got caught up with some shit, had to make it to an appointment. Boom, took off, made it to an appointment. Monday I come into the office and I'm grabbing my little check-in folder and I tell the civilian, hey, I'm gonna go up here and try to check in with get my account access and shit. He goes, oh no, bro, she's not there. I said, what? He goes, yeah, she got fired Friday afternoon. I said, huh? He goes, yeah, bro. Like, and so this was a recurring problem with her. Her blowing people off, just bad performance overall. And he's like, yeah, man, fucking Friday, the civilian, fucking JP called her upstairs and was like, hey, let me talk to you. You're fired. Pack your shit up. Get out. And I was like, oh, man. Hope she does well out there. Hey, man, like, and she was a GS, but she was still on the like probation period when you first get hired. Real easy to get rid of you on that, you know. So everyone's so friendly in Texas. They all wave at you, even if sometimes it's with a fucking scowl, like, what the fuck you waving at? Waving at you in your 1998 fucking Dodge Durango, man. But yeah, so she got canned. So here we are, Wednesday, week 2 of work. Still have no account access. Still not receiving emails. Can't do shit on the computer for myself. And I won't be able to do anything until next Monday because the chief they're giving it back to is on leave this week. So, hey, people are like, well, you got email access yet, right? Yeah, I don't need it, Gary. You're right. I don't fucking need it. I was like, yeah, I got email access. But I was like, look, I'm not gonna make it a normal thing for me to be reached on email at home. I was like, that's not. I was like, because if that's normal, then they're gonna expect me to do it all the time, right? Like free of charge, right? It's gonna be like, hey, check your email. I need you to do that. And it'll be like this time. I'm gonna be like, I ain't doing it. Okay. But now, if you wanted me to do that, that's what we call working from home. That's what we call teleworking, right? So now if you want to write up some paperwork that says I'm authorized to telework X number of days or this kind of schedule, then by all means, please write that paperwork up and I'll telework in accordance with that paper, right? And that paperwork will say something like Fridays and Mondays, member can telework. And that way, so when I can catch flights on Thursday, go home, hotel over Friday from San Diego and Monday, catch a flight Monday night or something, and then be back in time for Tuesday. That's how you do that. But I'm not gonna put myself in position to get hustled by some other motherfuckers of getting extra time out of me or being accessible that much. Hell no. You gotta be smart. Other thing that was interesting from the first week and a half of work, right? Talking to that hiring person, civilian, he's a somebody, right? Like he is, I don't know what he's again, retired recruiter, master chief, like a career recruiter. What do they call? He was chief recruiter, master chief, and then he was on the training teams and the inspection teams, and he's done all that shit. Like guys that the two of the civilians that work here for me now, one was the CMC at headquarters. The other one recruited here back in like the early 2000s. That guy, he's a retired senior chief. Someone said you look super cozy with a saggy ass neck. My neck ain't saggy. Oh, this? You talking about this? Canvasser recruiter. Marcel says canvasser recruiter. Maybe. I've never been recruiting Marcel. It might be something like that. But like this dude, he had a long 20-year career of fucking recruiting, and he's done it all in the recruiting. He, like I said, the retired senior chief that works there with me, when he went to recruiting school at Pensacola, this guy was his instructor there back in like the early 2000s. So this guy's been around, right? So cool, you know, hand salute, right? Yeah, that shirt, like the commercial. What's the commercial? Tell me the commercial, Gary. At any rate, right? So he pulls me into the office after the Monday morning meetings, and I talk to him. And this is the interesting part that like had me scratching my head, right? He goes, he was a boatswain mate, right? Did a 4-year tour on a ship, and then he went recruiting, and while he was recruiting, he transferred, you know, cross-rated to career recruiter. Okay, I was like, all right, cool, you know, like I think that's weak. Look, I'm keeping it a buck. There's a job that needs to be done, and they're called career recruiters, and some people do them, okay? And I'm a hater. Call me a hater if you. I don't give a fuck, right? And you're gonna be like, yeah, well, I never had to fucking go back out to a ship and do that. And I'm like, yeah, and I can tell that you did one ship and you've never been back, right? It's like, and we could get into that on another day, but what got to me, what he was like, yeah, you know, I did my 4 years, and then I went career recruiting, and I did 20 years as a career recruiter, and then I retired as a master chief at like 24 years. And I was like, all right, cool. And he goes, and I don't say that I'm proud of that. I was like, wait, what? And we had a little conversation for another 30 minutes. Well, I walk out there, and that really sat with me like, hold on, what are you saying you're not proud of? Are you saying you're not proud of your 24 years? 20, I think he said 24. Either did 16 or 20 more years of recruiting. One of those, at any rate. Like, why would you say that you're not proud of your service? Unless you think, or maybe even you know, that your service, being that it was that long, 16 to 20 years, not at sea, in your mind is less than those that do stay at sea, that go recruiting and they go right back out to sea and they stay out there at sea. You know what I mean? So Gary just texted me the fucking commercial. Gary, you're funny. So that really just kind of stuck with me, kind of like why would you say you're not proud of that? Like everyone, regardless, I could be a hater, I could talk shit, I could say that your service meant less. I could be like, well, you ain't never been on a ship, so you ain't never been in the real Navy, right? Every community, everyone has these own little shit talking things to say about each other, about what it is, this and that, okay? Cool, fine. Most of it's in jest, most of it's in fun. At some point, there's some real fucking ground truth there, okay? But if you're out there and you're admitting to me, that was an admission that I'm not proud that I gave up being a bosun mate and that I went to be a career recruiter and I never been out to sea. I'm not proud of that. That just kind of sits me there like damn. So So you knew the whole time that you was sitting on shore, hustling these fucking kids like me or whoever else, right? Which, no regrets of joining, right? Regret still being in. I want to retire already. No regrets of joining. But like that you didn't feel right with that, but you kept doing it, right? So like we're like that's a kind of inner battle. Like where's your moral compass in this then, right? I mean, yeah, it's a job. Everyone's got to put their part of the Navy in, right? But I don't know, kind of sat. And this, I don't want to say it sat funny with me. It was just a interesting hearing that from a retired mass chief. I've never met a retired mass chief career recruiter. Interesting hearing that from that person, and them saying, "Oh, I'm not necessarily proud of that." It's like, so what about your service are you proud of? If you're not proud of the 16 or 20 years, whichever one it was, I forget how he worded it, of being in the Navy and serving. Do you not feel that you were as of service to your country because you weren't out doing the deployments, you weren't out there breaking your back? And if it is, I mean, again, someone's got to do that job, and someone's got to get them in here to go do the real work, you might say, right? I don't know, it's interesting. And then that got me to thinking today, as I was doom scrolling through IG, and I see these fucking recruiters out there, right, popping up on your IG, talking all these lies and bullshit, right? Did you know that you can catch flights around the world to destinations for free? Yeah, join the Navy and you can do it. And I talked about, like, are you really like you trying to sell Space A as a free go anywhere you'd like to flight? Like, what are we doing? Did you know that you can have a career playing esports for the Navy? No, you can't. What the fuck are you talking about? You cannot have a career doing it, and unless maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Unless you become a career recruiter, and they go station you as a career recruiter at Millington on the esports team, and then you never leave for your 15, 16 years. What are you putting on your fucking eval to make chief? Single-handedly led the esports team to 332 victories with a team high 1.8 kill death ratio. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are we talking about? That shit's funny. That shit. Like, could you imagine, like, if you're on the esports team, I want to see your fucking eval and what you put on it. Okay, I want to see one of those evals from the esports team. What the fuck are you putting on that? Right? Gamed relentlessly for 3,000 hours. Like, do you get like some? Or is it like you on they're all on PCs, I'm sure. Was there some trophies they're getting or handing out that's like giving them, 3,000 hours gamed, And then I was talking to the dudes there in the office about that shit, about the esports team and this and that. Goats in Glory. What a horrible fucking name, right? Again, Goats in Glory, you make it sound more about Chiefs than you make it sound about Navy or fucking anything else, right? Again, just horrible name there for the Navy esports team. Horrible. Goats in Glory. It's a horrible name. Horrible. I said, I tuned in one time on Twitch. If you've never seen it, you should go check it out. I might check it out after this, right? I tuned in one time on Twitch. And it was like one dude gave me something, and he was like, all right, guys, I got to go, and it's lunchtime, and I got to go muster and do my GMT. Or some dumb shit. I'm making jokes, okay? And then he was like, yeah, but, Petty Officer Bob Willis is going to come in, and he's going to join you on the game. And here comes Bob. He's like, hey, guys. Today we're going to be playing Street Fighter 4. And he's just there like that. Like, the camera placement is just like mine right now, where you see on my third chin. He had a couple more chins than me, even though. And he was just there like, oh, yeah, Hadouken. Like, oh, man. Yo, it was comedy. It was like, that was about as much as I could watch, and I'm like, yeah, I'm out of here. right? No talking, no fucking, no engagement, right? Like just I don't. Maybe maybe it's just that person. Maybe you know, they're it was just their personality. Maybe other ones are better. Don't know. Never tuned in that much. But again, it's just it was funny. But like so that's what all the Instagram recruiters are out there pumping right now. That you could get that Space A is the best thing ever, and it's fucking great, and that you could play esports in the Navy for a career. That those are two big fucking things being pumped out there right now. It's a complete lie. Don't believe it. You know what you can get when you join the Navy? You could get some fucking hard work. You could get some watch standing, and you could get some fucking. You could get a paycheck on the 1st and 15th. There you go. Why do you wear workout clothes but don't look like you work out? Well, Gary, that's a good question because I eat a lot. Okay, and I wear workout clothes because it's hot and it lets me breathe. Right, it lets the sweat like breathe. It evaporates better off my body. So instead of looking like one of those dudes just there like that, hitting the games, and with the sweat rolls and stuff, I could look like I'm a little bit more fresh, because it helps wick the sweat away and things like that, Gary. Also, fuck you. And I'll let you know, Gary, I've been working out. I've been working out really good. I've been keeping a good, steady progression on getting into a good routine. This morning I ran 1.86 miles. Love you too, Gary. I ran 1.86 miles. I did my kettlebell workouts and my calisthenics. I did push-ups, squats, lunges, swings, shoulder presses. I did the halo with the kettlebell. That shit worked pretty good. I don't know what it really works, but it's pretty good. When you hold the kettlebell upside down, you do one of them joints, like all the way, like around the world. They call them halo. It's pretty good. What else? I think that's it. Just getting two things. Oh yeah, hey, thanks, Gary. I'm proud of me too. But I just crushed like some good fucking. I had a roast with some rice. It was good, but I didn't eat too much. I ate just enough. After this drink, I'm gonna go to bed, starting to get. Do you use a thigh master? No, I use a shake weight. Oh man, clip it. At any rate, fucking Gary. I think the recruiters are out there just selling lies, man. And then tell me this: where, out of all these recruiters, right? I've not seen a single male recruiter out on social media like pumping his numbers, fucking putting out the content. If you really pay attention to all the social media influencers, they're all nice ladies, good shipmates, out there doing their work. But where the dudes at, right? Why aren't you out there, selling your thirst traps, and all that out there for the masses, doing whatever you do to get sailors in. So you could be flown to all these fleet weeks and doing bullshit and this and that, man. And again, look, someone might, oh, you're just a hater. And you're right. I'm just a hater. But if it touched your heart tonight, make sure you share it with others. Hit subscribe and then turn on the bells for notifications so you could come watch me hate some more on the next one. All right. That's it for tonight, though. My drink is running dry. I got one more to make, and then we're going to wrap it up there. Don't forget, like, if you have been joining us tonight, go ahead and hit the thumbs up if you like this. Click the share button. Share it with someone else that you might think like it. Turn on bells for notifications. I think we're going to do this. I'm going to try to do it every Wednesday, depending on how things are going. Okay? But yeah, the Wednesday pour. And we'll get you on the next one. All right, y'all? Yo, we out. Cheers.